Hey there, it's Michael James. I have some big news today, and that is that the second single from my Shelter in Place album, which will be released September 24th, was actually released today. And a music video came out for it yesterday. It premiered on Vents magazine. The song is called Come Back Lover. And just in case there happens to be a Campfire jam session in your immediate future, I will show you how to play that on this, more or less. So here's a good way to hack your way through it. So the intro of the tune is basically based on a D, just an open D with not even a third in it. And then it goes to some partials that outline the chord changes of D, A, right? E minor. Okay, and so the way that I do those is I play intervals of 6, this is a part of a D chord. Well, that sounds like a D7, but I'm only playing these two notes, which are the 5th and the major 3rd, and it will sound like this. And then it ends that first verse on an E minor, but with a B in the bass. Oh yeah, I got it. Woohoo! We did it. Okay, and then it goes to a chorus of E minor, Come Back Lover, Find Your Way. Again, E minor to D, A. So those are your basic changes until it gets to a turnaround where it says the weather today will eventually break, and that's D, and then A over C sharp, which is the first inversion. The weather today will eventually break. We go to C, so it's got a chromatic bass line, B minor, and then E minor, G, A, D. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. If I am, I'm sure you'll write about it in the comments. Second verse is a little different, right? So you got used to hearing that really open thing. Right? But the second verse, you're actually going to hear the chords underneath it. But instead of hearing just a D, you're actually going to hear the 3rd in the bass. Playing it with my thumb, you can do that. That's a pretty tricky way to do it. Or you can do it this way. So that was D over F sharp, G, A, E minor. And then the second time around, it's just a regular D. A, E minor. Then the next time halfway through the verse is a repeat of the first bit. Right? And then after that, same thing, the D, A, you're not alone, right? That's the lyric. And then, come back, lover, find your way. And then eventually, the weather today, A over C sharp, right? Will it C, eventually break, B minor. So I'll shelter in our spaces, E minor, A, and I'll long for your embrace. Pretend that everything's okay is a D minor, B flat. To B flat diminished 7. And so I wanted that eerie sound because we're saying pretend that everything's okay. It's really not okay, we're just pretending. And then it goes to chromatically up to the B minor. And then E major. Now remember, we've been hearing E minor the whole song. So that substitution there to the major gives us good melodic possibility. And then, so you're hearing this G sharp note there. Excuse me. But then we're going to go to G natural for the next chord. Come back, lover, find your way. So really slowly, the weather today will eventually break. So I'll shelter in our space. I'll imagine your embrace. Pretend that everything's okay. E major, G, come back, lover, Find Your Way. Then the second verse, I think, did we already talk about the second verse? Yeah, we did, right? So I guess that brings us to the guitar solo. Yay, guitar solo, woo! Okay, so this starts like a verse without the first inversions, right? So it's the D, A, E minor, D, A, E minor. Now here's where it gets tricky. Okay, so we're going to go to the fourth of the key of D, which is, that makes sense, right? The G. But then we're going to go to the first inversion of the D. So we have a chromatic bass line. And then we're going to an F. Some sort of an F7-ish type thing. Forget how I voiced it. I should probably listen to the record. And then E. Oh, there we go. That's an E, E major. So let's try that again. G, D over F sharp, F something, and then E7, and then A minor 7. Then there's an F, an altered F, and then a G, A, and then back to D. So it's basically what it does is it gives us room for melodic invention by taking that detour that goes a little bit out of key. Yeah, gives us a really Beatle-y thing with the slide solo. So speaking of slide solo, I played it on a dobro, and I will show you how to play that on one of the next videos that I make. In the meantime, Michael James, just about to sign out immediately after I tell you to go listen to Come Back Lover. It's everywhere. Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Amazon HD, and there's a music video for it. So if you search for Michael James Producer on YouTube and look for Come Back Lover, it features Aaron Durr, good buddy of mine who co-wrote the tune, and he played the keyboards, he sang the vocals. He actually lives walking distance from me, and yeah, we like the song a lot. Hope you do too. Michael James signing off. Peace.